Welcome back to Science Corner, everyone. Hope you're ready for another deep dive today. We're looking at something that you might not expect. It's McDonald's and how they're using AI to totally transform their business.
Yeah, McDonald's is going all in on AI. And it's not just for flashy gimmicks. We're talking about real changes to how they run their restaurants, from the kitchen to the managers themselves.
I've seen some articles about it. They're really leaning into this stuff. They're even talking about using something called edge computing. Have you heard about this?
Oh, absolutely. Edge computing is huge. It basically means they're bringing the computing power directly to the restaurants, partnering with Google Cloud on this.
So, each McDonald's has its own mini data center. What's the big advantage of that? Why not just use the cloud?
Well, speed is key here. Edge computing allows for real-time data analysis on-site. That's crucial for fast decision-making in an environment like, a fast food restaurant.
I see. So less lag time. But how does this actually play out? Give me a concrete example of how edge computing makes a difference at McDonald's.
Sure, think about equipment failures. Those ice cream machines everyone jokes about breaking down.
Oh, yeah. Classic McDonald's. Always out of ice cream.
Right. Well, with edge computing, sensors can constantly monitor the machine's performance and predict potential issues before they happen, before it actually breaks down.
So they can fix it before it becomes a problem and avoid disappointing those ice cream-loving customers.
Exactly. And that's just one example. They can also use edge computing to optimize resource allocation, making sure they have enough staff and ingredients to meet demand. No more running out of chicken nuggets at the dinner rush.
That's smart. Now, what about those AI-powered drive-thrus? I remember those early versions. They were kind of rough, hard to understand, orders getting messed up. It wasn't a great experience.
Oh, yeah, those had some issues. But they're determined to get it right this time. Edge computing is key here, too.
So what's changed? Is it just better voice recognition software?
It's more than that. Think of it as AI that can actually understand the meaning and intent behind your order, not just the words themselves, but the whole context.
Oh, wow. So even if I mumble or have a weird accent, it can still figure out what I want.
In theory, yes. They're using natural language processing, which is basically AI that can understand human language.
That's incredible. So no more repeating your order 3 times or getting the wrong burger. This AI is like a mind reader. Okay, this next one blew my mind when I read about it. Apparently, McDonald's is using computer vision, like cameras, to inspect the food before it goes out. What?
It's true. They're testing this technology in some locations, and the focus isn't on customers, it's on the food itself.
So it's like making sure every burger has the right toppings and the fries are cooked perfectly.
Yeah, think of it as an extra layer of quality control. These cameras can analyze orders in real time, ensuring accuracy and consistency.
Is it like facial recognition, but for burgers?
It uses similar principles. Instead of identifying faces, it's trained to recognize specific food items and their components. And if something's off, it can flag it.
Wow, that's so high-tech, but it makes sense. McDonald's is all about consistency, right? So having this AI double-checking everything must be a huge help. But what about the human workers? Are they being replaced by robots?
McDonald's emphasizes that AI is meant to augment human capabilities, not replace workers. It's about taking over those repetitive tasks like order taking, so employees can focus on things that require more, human skills.
I see, like customer service, problem-solving, stuff like that. Okay, last question before we move on. What's the deal with this virtual manager I keep hearing about? Is it like a robot wearing a McDonald's visor?
No, not quite. It's more of a software program, but it's pretty powerful. It can handle tasks like scheduling, inventory management, even predicting maintenance needs.
So it's like having an extra manager on staff, but like a digital one.
Yeah, exactly. And it frees up human managers to spend more time on things like training employees and interacting with customers, really improving the overall experience for everyone.
That's actually pretty cool. But all this talk about AI and automation, does it make you ever wonder about the future of fast food?
Oh, for sure. I mean, if AI can manage a McDonald's, what else can it do? Before the break, we were talking about how McDonald's is using AI to, really change their restaurants. Let's go a little deeper into the science behind it all.
Yeah, let's break it down a bit. Like you mentioned edge computing. Can you remind me, what exactly does that mean? You said it's like a mini data center in each restaurant.
Right. So basically imagine a network of powerful computers right there in the restaurant, and they're constantly crunching data, like from the kitchen equipment, the cash registers, even weather sensors outside.
Okay, so they're gathering all this data, but what's the point?
It lets them process everything locally. They don't have to rely on sending it to some far-off cloud server and waiting for a response.
So it's about speed.
Exactly. Speed and real-time decision-making. That's huge in a fast food environment, right?
Makes sense. So give me an example. How does this actually work in practice?
Let's go back to those ice cream machines. Everyone always jokes about them being broken.
Oh, yeah, always a gamble whether you can get a McFlurry.
Well, with edge computing, they can actually have sensors monitoring those machines constantly. And the AI can predict when there might be a problem.
Before it breaks down.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they can address the issue, maybe do some preventative maintenance, and hopefully avoid those dreaded ice cream machine down signs.
That's pretty slick. So not just about fixing ice cream machines, I'm guessing. What other ways does edge computing help?
They can use it for resource allocation, like making sure they have enough staff scheduled for peak hours or enough ingredients on hand so they don't run out.
No more sorry we're out of fries situations.
Yeah.
That's a win for everyone.
Okay.
Let's talk about those AI drive-thrus. I'm still a little skeptical, to be honest. The last time I tried one, it was, well, not great.
Yeah, the early versions definitely had some kinks. But they've made huge progress in natural language processing, which is how the AI understands what you're saying.
So, better voice recognition.
Yeah, but it's more than that. Now the AI can actually understand the context of your order.
Like, it gets what I mean, even if I'm not super clear.
Exactly. It takes into account things like accents, background noise, even slang or regional phrases.
That's impressive. So no more repeating your order 5 times or getting a completely different burger than what you wanted. Okay, what about that computer vision stuff? Cameras inspecting the food. That sounds kind of wild.
It is pretty futuristic. They're testing it out in a few places. Basically, these cameras have AI that's been trained to recognize the food and make sure everything is correct.
So is it like facial recognition, but for burgers?
Kind of. But instead of faces, it recognizes burgers, fries, nuggets, all the menu items, and it can spot if something's missing or if the food isn't cooked right.
So it's a quality control thing. Makes sense, especially for a company like McDonald's where consistency is so important.
Exactly. It's about maintaining those standards and making sure customers get what they expect every time.
I can see how that would be helpful. But did they have any trouble, teaching the AI how to recognize a good burger from a bad one?
Oh, definitely. It took a lot of work to train the algorithms. You need tons of data, thousands of images of burgers, fries, everything, to teach the AI what to look for.
So it wasn't just plug and play. They had to put in some serious effort to get this working. That's interesting. Let's talk about the virtual manager for a minute. It still sounds a bit mysterious to me.
It's basically a software program, but it's pretty powerful. Like, it can analyze all sorts of data, sales trends, inventory levels, even employee performance.
So it can see patterns and make predictions.
Yeah, and it can give recommendations to the human managers, like suggesting the best times to schedule certain employees or how much of each ingredient to order.
Almost like having a consultant on staff.
Yeah.
But it's all run by AI.
Right. And the big benefit is that it frees up the human managers to focus on, the more human aspects of the job, like training new employees, interacting with customers, stuff like that.
So the virtual manager is kind of like a support system for the real managers.
Exactly. It takes care of the data crunching and the routine tasks, leaving the human managers to focus on the bigger picture.
Okay, I got to ask though, all this AI stuff is pretty cool, but does it ever make you wonder, like, what's next? I mean, if AI can do all this at McDonald's, where else is it going to show up?
It's a good question. I mean, we're already seeing AI in so many areas of our lives, and it's only going to get more prevalent.
It definitely makes you think. So what are some of the, ethical considerations with all this AI? Are there any concerns we should be thinking about? We've been talking about all the cool ways McDonald's is using AI, but it's not just about burgers and fries, is it?
Right. What McDonald's is doing is a good example of a bigger trend. AI is becoming part of our everyday lives, even in places you wouldn't expect.
It's kind of crazy to think about. All this stuff that used to be science fiction is now, making our burgers and taking our orders. It makes you wonder, what's next?
I think one of the big takeaways from all this is how important data is becoming. McDonald's is using data to make decisions about everything.
Yeah, they're tracking everything, right? From how long it takes to cook a burger to, what people are ordering the most.
Exactly. And that lets them make things more efficient, optimize the whole system. It's not just about guessing anymore. It's about using data to make smart choices.
Like with the edge computing stuff. They're using data to predict when those ice cream machines are going to break down.
Exactly. Or, like with the virtual manager, it can analyze all the data about staffing and sales and help the human manager make better decisions.
So data is key. But, it makes me wonder, are there any downsides to all this data collection? Like, what about privacy?
Oh, yeah, that's a big question. As AI gets more powerful and we collect more data, we need to be careful about how it's used and who has access to it. There are definitely some ethical concerns there.
Like, I don't want my burger order being tracked and sold to advertisers or something.
Right. It's something we need to think about. As cool as all this technology is, we have to make sure we're using it responsibly.
So it's not all sunshine and roses. There's some real things we need to consider as AI becomes more common.
Absolutely. But, overall, I think it's pretty amazing to see how AI is changing the world, even in unexpected places like McDonald's.
It's definitely a sign of things to come. I'm kind of excited to see what the future holds. But for now, I think I'm craving some fries. Thanks for joining us on Science Corner today, everyone. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of science and technology.